Hey guys, it's Pia here. Some of you have been asking me to do a blush tutorial to show how I put blush on the cheeks of the LPS that I make. Like for example with this one, you can see that it has blushed cheeks. I'm gonna try to make a tutorial and explain it as good as possible, but I'm not entirely sure that this is gonna work. It's not a foolproof method in any way, so you can just try it, and if it doesn't work for you, then, you know, I'm sorry. But I'm just gonna try to explain it. What you need is a dry brush, you need the color of the blush that you're going to use, and you need the color of the base that it's going on. So for me it's white because it's gonna come here on the cheek, which is obviously white. And after that, what you're going to do is just take a little bit of paint onto your brush and wipe it almost completely dry, so there's just a little bit of paint on your brush. And then you're going to just rub it on the cheek, and then you're just gonna hope that it looks good. And if it doesn't, then you're gonna correct it with the base color so that to make it smoother or whatever. But let's just see what happens. I'm just gonna try it. So here's a piece of paper, and here is the brush with a little bit of pink in it, and I just kind of rub it off like that. And then let's rub it even more. And then let's just see what happens. Actually, this brush is not that good. One sec. Here we go. So now it has a little bit of blush on the cheeks. What you can also do to make it slightly darker or give it a bit more color is to take a very watered down version of the same color that you just used. So I'm going to try and see what happens if I do that with this pink. So one moment please. This time, as I said, you use a lot of water, so I'm dipping my brush in water. And I just take very little of the pink, just dilute it. And then I try to take off a bit of the color or the water with the paper that I had, and then you can just try to dilute it as much as possible. So now I have a really wet brush with a little bit of paint, and then I just go over here. There you go. And then you just have to wait for it to dry. So now what I'm gonna do, now that this has dried, is that I'm gonna go in with a fine detail brush that has white paint on it, and I'm just gonna correct the little things that I don't like about it, and also try to get rid of this, try to get rid of some paint here that I don't want to show. So the first brush you have to use, or the first brush you use is a dry one. It can be very brittle. It's not a problem if it's kind of a damaged brush. It's actually good because then it spreads out the paint a bit more. And for the second part, for the correcting, you just have to have a fine detail brush that isn't as damaged. So you can go in and correct it. You can even try to just brush on top of the blush so that it makes it more subtle. That's totally up to you. So here we go, she has really subtle little blush cheeks. So hope you guys can see it in this light, because I just wanted them to look super subtle. So, but you know, with your design you can do whatever you want. Just remember to use first a dry brush, then you can put a really diluted version of the same color on the cheeks, and then you can correct it with whatever base color you have on it. So yeah, hope that this at least helped you a little bit, and I hope that this method works for you. And thank you for watching my video. Bye!